Alright. Hold on. So, let's get into some stuff. I'm going to plant. So, I think I'm going to do some cabbages, some beets, and more sugar snap peas. But first, and some onions. Done so many onions lately. But first, let me fix the lighting. There we go. Let me turn you around. Ta-da. Here's an update on the greenhouse. Lots of things getting started in here. Got all my Haas Tools trays filling up. So these are the sugar snap peas that have to go out tonight. This is the next batch of sugar snap peas. They're starting. These are my nice leeks. Looking good. These are cucamelons. Just started them yesterday. This is all what's it called? Celery. This tray I'm pretty excited about. So when I lived back in Maryland, I guess 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, whatever, I used to grow cotton in my garden just because it was a fun crop to do. And I know how to spin my own fibers, and I also know how to crochet. So I was trying to grow enough cotton to where I could spin it all, make enough yarn, and then crochet myself a hat, just to say I did it. So that's cotton. These little guys are starting to sprout. This is a red foliated white cotton, these 2 rows, and then the back 2 rows are a nankeen brown cotton. So excited about that. I'm going to plant them on the property that Paul has in town because it's a lot warmer there than it is here. So we'll see how they do. It'll be a cool little experiment. Those are all elderberry cuttings. These 2 trays, just started them yesterday. They're Salanova. These 2 are different types of head lettuces. There's a couple romaines and then bib lettuce, and I think that's it for those 2 trays. Got some cabbages and broccoli. Cabbage. This little strip right here. And then those are all beets. And I guess that's Swiss chard right there. This is broccoli. No, cauliflower. And then all that's broccoli. So I had to reseed this part of the tray just because the seed was really old, I guess, and it just didn't germinate. So I had to come through, and that's why it's set back a little. Those are all bunching onions. This is Mizuna. Cilantro. I'm going off memory. Can't even read the tags from here. Let's see. Endive. More cabbage. I'm gonna flick the tag. Bulb fennel. More beets. It's touchstone, and then avalanche or touchstone. Pak choi. 2 types of Chinese cabbage, so like Napa cabbages. And then this is a whole tray of kohlrabi, different types. And then these are my rough looking onions that I started, and then once I got them moved out here, they took a hit. Like, they looked like crap when I moved them out just because it was bad lighting in the window in the house. And then bringing them out here, it was just temperature change, and then I had the heater on in the greenhouse. It got too hot one night, and then it got really cold the next day, and I had the window open. So it kind of just like burned my onions back, and they're coming back. Some of them are, at least. It's interesting though. Some varieties took the hit better than others. So, yeah. I'll just plant them in the orchard. I'm not even going to bother putting them in a bed. It's just going to be a waste of space. But these are some white onion sets that I have to get planted. So I'm going to get them in the ground today. Got another tray of spinach out here. I don't know. I think the heat in the greenhouse screwed this tray of spinach up. So I moved it out here. Hopefully, like, the consistent low temps get that seed to germinate. I think it was just too hot in the greenhouse for a little bit. If not, I've got plenty of spinach under that row cover. So yeah, that'll be good for the spring at least. I can get another batch started if I need it. But yeah, here's the greenhouse. Really filling up. There's not much else going on out here. I guess I can show you. Still have to build a gate. But, oh, here. Spinach is looking good under there. Garlic's looking good. I'm excited about that. Each row is a different variety. If you watched my video from last summer on, I haven't opened this in a while, so hopefully it's not like a bomb. Oh, that looks appetizing, doesn't it? Can you see that? Maybe. Ugh, sick. It's like green, slimy chicken poop. But it's actually turning out really good. This is my comfrey that I fermented. It reeks right now because I haven't stirred it pretty much all winter. Yeah, kind of anaerobic, but a lot of mineral in that. That'll be good stuff. It's like a green manure tea. See? Yeah, that comfrey's coming back, looking good. These are all onions. This whole bed, I think there's 186 onions in this bed. Once I really start getting going, I'll pull these strings up. But the dogs acknowledge this bed with the strings there, so I'm leaving them till they get a little more established. Last year I had Cherokee Trail of Tears pole beans on this little TP thing. Cucamelons over there. I might do cucamelons just on both of them. And then do all of my Cherokee Trail of Tears beans on a trellis in between the east garden and then the west garden. Let's see. Got a big pile of compost over there, leftovers from covering this garden. I'm using that with my seed starting mix. Let's see. This graft. Oh, sorry. This graft, I don't know if it's gonna make it. We'll see. Some of them are looking pretty good. Like this one. That one looks good. But, I don't know. Some, like this one was budded out a little too much when I grafted it. I think this is the one I did in the video, actually. But, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll pull through. It'd be cool. I don't remember which it is, though. We've got Egyptian walking onions. There's some garlic, leftover garlic over there. That is a tree collard. It's a merit collard. These are Copenhagen cabbages. They're leftovers from what I planted out by the pond. They're looking good. Just got them in the ground the other day. Some shallots. I planted them last fall. They're coming up, looking good. I'm gonna save seed from this big guy. Dan at Plant Abundance, he sent me some merit collared seed from his garden, along with some dino tree kale. So only one of my dino tree kale made it last year. The pill bugs in the spring really butchered it. I started everything up along the wood pile, and the pill bugs came and killed a ton of my plants, so I dug them up and planted them in the orchard in the spring. So this one made it. There's some extra red Russian kale right here. Some different types of lacinados plugged in, all under here. While I'm over here, I guess I will show you. Oh, we extended the orchard. That is a Cosmic Crisp, and where is it? That is another Cosmic Crisp. That's my tree, and that's Paul's tree. So down the road, whatever, if I get a farm of my own or whatever, I'll dig that guy up. That's grafted onto Geneva rootstock, so it's a larger rootstock. I want taller trees than Paul's because I want to grow up high and then bring them down. That way I can really stand under my tree and do a lot more growing under them. These ones you kind of have to duck. I don't know. So yeah. But this little tuft of grass is actually saffron. Pretty excited about this. Should have been planted in the fall or late summer. Hoping it does good, but yeah, a friend of mine gave me that. What else can I show you? Paul just planted a whole bunch more, a new variety of potato over here, and there's some over there somewhere. That's burdock. I'm gonna use that for the root. It's medicinal. Another merit collard, perennial collard green. The kale. Sending up a bunch of rapini, or kale flowers, kale florets. I don't know why it's not focusing. Oh well, this stuff's really good though. These are more Walla Walla onions. I forgot I have some planted out under that tree over there. Paul just planted all of his beets in this bed. And he got a lot of his spring crops already planted. You can kind of see lines. The dog's been running through and messing it up, but these are all rows. So this whole area is full of stuff. I don't really remember the order that he planted, but I think there's like celery over here. Then I planted a row of carrots for him. And then some kales and I don't remember. We got some chives. This is the cilantro that overwintered. Looking good. Beets. 2 rows of beets. There was cabbage here. There were carrots. They're coming back. That was a really late planting, so they didn't get too big. And we've got kale. That's taller than I am. Forget all the names, but I don't know, this might be like scarlet kale or something. And there's 1,000 head kale and stuff through here. There was Swiss chard here. Didn't do too good in the winter. Then there was red Russian here. That didn't do too good in the winter. More rainbow lacinato. And then more of that purple curly kale. And then this is curly parsley. It's a curly leaf parsley. This whole row was like huge, but he ripped it up and left this so we can save seed from it. But this was all parsley too. Just planted it in the same spot again. This is the one dinosaur tree kale, and it looks like somebody came through and ate it all. I'm pretty bummed about that, because this is the one that I really wanted to save seed from. Bummer. They ignored my tag. Guess I'll have to move that up a little higher on the plant. Hold on, I'm gonna do that now. That really sucks. Oh well, hopefully it sends some more flowers out. What a bummer. Raspberries are budding out, they're looking good. This is all yarrow. These are the black currants, daffodils. Trees are starting to come to life. I don't know, I don't want to focus, but you get the picture. But yeah, you can tell it's spring. I'm gonna walk you guys over to the pond gardens. Oh, here's the onions you guys saw me plant in the that crazy coronavirus video I did. Rhodey's looking good. I pruned this like the month after I moved in, and he had never pruned it since he planted it, and this was like a dense mass of chaos and dead stuff. So much nicer now. He really likes it. Come on, Tirza. The barn. Got my chicken tractors. I guess I will. They're over there. Getting them all ready for my first batch of meat birds this season. They're actually going to be here in a week. Sounds about right. Let's see. White Russian kale. This is a whole bed of kale. There's 3 rows. Let's see if I can remember it. I think I did Dazzling Blue and Black Magic Lacinato. Both of those are lacinatos. And then Red Russian kale, and then the White Russian in this weird little bed because the fence isn't square. So I've got this weird little triangle area. So just tried to use that space up a little bit. And then these are Copenhagen market cabbages. There's 20 of them in that bed. And then I'm still killing myself digging up wiregrass. It's such a pain. I've pulled up. This would be the 8th wheelbarrow load of wiregrass roots just out of this garden, and I've still got all of this to do up until there. But the whole backside, that's all clean, I guess. That's a positive way of looking at it. Whatever. It's a beauty plum, flowering, looking good. Wood chips in this whole area. That Cherokee Trailatiers pole bean trellis that I'm thinking of doing, that's going to be like right there. And then I'm going to do squash and stuff like that in the front. Cherry tree, got that pruned a couple months ago. And then this garden bed that the neighbor over there brought his tractor over, hauled a bunch of compost from the chicken coop, dumped it in here, and then the wiregrass started coming up. Thought the chickens did an okay job, but they clearly didn't kill all the wiregrass. But yeah, you can see I'm gonna have to come in here pretty soon and dig all this up, because that's what happens. Oh well. Here's the pond though. Nice and full. Well, it's actually went down a lot, but I'm excited. I've got chicks on the porch. I guess I should take you up there in a little bit and show you them. But I'm gonna have a flock of about 24, 25 laying hens. I've got poultry net, like electric poultry netting, and a little solar system, and then I'm gonna actually build a chickshaw, just like Justin Rhodes is, and move them, graze them through the pasture. They'll help clean it up, get rid of all this dead thatch grass. It's gonna look really good. You can see, you can kind of see it actually. Last year when I did the meat birds, I ran them in a circle right there, like along the fence and then back up. And by the time they got to here, they were ready to process. You can see the shade, like it's a shade darker before it gets down here. Plus the grass just looks really good over there. And then I also ran the chickens in my chicken tractor, like through this whole area. And it looks a lot better than the rest of the pasture. So I'm excited to have my laying flock on pasture. I'll be able to put some eggs in the CSA boxes in the future, and yeah, it'll be fun. And then my meat birds will go in the chicken tractors. I can show you them real quick. And they'll be pulled through the pasture again. I'm gonna do 50, so 25 birds per coop. They're 8 by 8 coops, 2 feet high. Plenty of room for them. Real simple setups. Gravity fed water. Door. Let's see, this might be better. Yeah, see, door. Fun. And I've got, for the wheels, got just a bolt going through there. And then so it sits flush to the ground, the wheels just slip on and off. I've only got one set of wheels for both tractors because I can only pull one tractor at a time. But yeah, real simple design. I've got wire cross bracing, so it's less weight instead of having to have wood. I'm really happy with these tractors. Excited to get them filled again. Got all the layers that were out by the pond cleaning. After I cleaned that strip, I moved them back into the coop over there. But yeah, I'll head over to the chicken coop and then I'll show you the baby chicks after that. Well, okay, so I just went and did a whole tour of the herb garden, named all of the herbs, talked about all sorts of stuff, went and collected some eggs for you, and then looked at the camera and realized I'd never hit record. So, that means that I will have to do a separate video, because I'm not doing that again. I have to get over to the greenhouse and get some stuff planted. So I'll do a separate video on the herb garden, and then I'll do a separate video on how to take care of chickens and raise some healthy birds, and yeah, use them as a chicken composting facility. That sucks. Oh well. At least it'll be a shorter video for you guys this time. But I'll just walk around here. I'm not gonna say anything just because I'll just make another video. But that's yellow egg plum. It's in bloom. I love this tree. That's wasabi and then blueberry bushes behind it. Alright, so I said I'd do a video, or a clip, of my chicks. This is a collapsible brooder setup that I made. Real simple. Got my layer chicks in there. That's my little turkey. He's just gonna be a pet. He'll be fun. I used to have 2 turkeys back in Maryland. They were cool. I didn't raise them from chicks, though. So they weren't like, they didn't get too attached to me. They were kind of just rescues, but yeah, this guy, he's cool. Comes up to me all the time, eats out of my hand, sits on my shoulder. Come here, buddy. I'm watching the dog, so I can't even tell if you guys can see him too well, but yeah, that's him. Tova wants to eat him. Willow just wants to lick him. Tirza wants to eat him. Yeah. Those are my layer chicks. They'll be out on pasture pretty soon. Probably in about a week and a half. And then by then all my meat birds will be here. And raise them up in here and then kick them out on pasture. Have them rotate through the pasture, clean it up, keep it looking good. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe so you can see the future videos. And yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Alright, happy gardening, happy chicken raising. You get it. I gotta get to work. Alright, have a good one.